If you are single or you're married, I want you to reduce the amount of time you spend on social media spaces that constantly talks about failed relationships, failed marriages, narcissistic behavior, misogynistic. I want you to reduce the amount of time you spend on these spaces. I want you to find spaces that promote successful marriages, methods or metrics that we applied to make a marriage or relationship work. Because you know the saying that you become what you eat, you will definitely become what you hear. When you continue to consume those messages and content, they start affecting your life negatively. You will start having mental health issues around those subjects. A lot of people don't know this, but there is a huge force in social media space, a very huge force. I'm a creator. I've been a creator for years, and I spend hours and hours educating people. And I will tell you this, most of the time, some of these spaces are owned or hosted by single people with no marital experience. Their only experience has been in courtship or relationships that may be failed. So their experience is completely different. Their factors and goals and point of views are completely different. They are just judging you from what they have heard married people say, not what they have experienced. You're the one married. You're the one trying to build a home. So you need to reduce the amount of time you spend on these spaces, because there is a saying, you cannot walk a mile in my shoe. Somebody who's never been married do not have any business advising married people. I'm not saying you should be with a partner. I'm not saying you should be with a misogynist. I'm not saying you should be with a narcissist. I'm not saying you shouldn't speak out, but reduce the amount of time you spend on social media space that constantly talk about failed relationships. There are better things you can do with your time. Find spaces that promote you positive energy. Go and look up alchemy. Go and look up alchemy. Alchemy will make you understand what I'm talking about. Abimazititi. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.
Urging adult white males between the ages of, say, 18 and 25 to...
The economy sucks, you're probably never going to buy a house, your degree is useless and left you in mountains of debt. You're nowhere near capable of providing for a wife and kids, and you can't imagine yourself settling down with any of the women in your age bracket anyway, because Disney princess programming and feminism has left them fundamentally unwifeable. You've grown up in a culture which has celebrated every other form of identity besides you, and in exact proportion to how much they're not you, to the point that now schools and companies can hire based on that metric, all the while being told you can't complain or notice any of it because of how privileged you are, and if you don't know how privileged you are, it's because of your privilege. Even though you're basically a debt slave with minimal hope of a financial and familial future because your economy and culture has abandoned you. So a lot of dudes just checked out and started like smoking weed and playing video games. Some of the other ones went to countries where they like white people and men, like Thailand, I guess. And some of them were like, you know what, this is a good challenge. None of it makes sense. It's all going to... I want a big house, and if you come on my land, I'm going to shoot you with guns. I want a bunch of kids and a wife churning butter. I'm going to make it happen, you fucks. Tell me...
Okay, I cannot stand to see other people humiliate other people, obviously, not even myself, I don't want to humiliate anybody, and like, before I say anything, I'm not siding with the men, that's the last thing I want to do, side with the man, but specifically seeing girls humiliate guys that aren't being weird or aren't no catcalling, I'm not talking about that, because at that point, your reaction is justified, say whatever you want to them, But seeing girls be so disrespectful to a guy that's not being weird at all, right? Just simply hey, excuse me, says whatever to them, but they're just yeah, okay. Or just simply just nasty attitude, and ¿qué te cuesta? What does it cost you to literally just be I have a boyfriend, I'm not interested. No, thank you, I'm not interested, sorry. Whatever, literally whatever. But they're not being weird. They're very respectful. Why do you feel the need to embarrass somebody else? Like I said, I'm not siding with the men, but I just feel bad for them. I don't know if that's just the empath in me or whatever, but I've been out and seen girls that do this in person, and it literally makes me feel secondhand embarrassment for the guy, because they're literally so disrespectful for no reason. And yeah, this is for the respectful whatever, not no catcalling or whatever. It's humiliating and it's up.
If you're in a relationship and you have a girlfriend and guys are complimenting her in her pictures, privately, you could comment on the story now. What is a good response to a compliment, to like a heart eyes or to a, oh, you look gorgeous.
Who's responding?
Your girlfriend.
She shouldn't be responding. The
so
fuck?
You leave it, this is a real question though. It's a
real question. You shouldn't be responding. Just like your DM.
Leave it blank.
Leave it blank.
The scene bar is the only response I need. That's all I need to see. If it's red already.
I'll take it a step further.
I'm not saying that bad.
I'll take it a step further.
I just want to know.
You shouldn't even be seeing it. It should be left on blue.
We already told you this multiple times.
Not the text message. I'm talking about DMs.
DMs, comments. You should not be replying to.
No, all right. That's why I said the heart eyes too. You know how some people comment just the heart
So
eyes. That's already
what?
in the thingy.
So what?
You just leave it.
Of course.
This is crazy.
So you're gonna sit there. So what you think? You supposed to reply to it?
That's like common courtesy for.
Comment. Why you having common courtesy with us?
Yeah, you don't need common. Why you feeling
All right. So you know what? I'm gonna have common courtesy with us.
Y'all be really.
No, like why you feeling bad?
You know, no. Actually, no. I'm gonna say it right now. You know how girls be like, yo, I don't like a friend. Like, I don't like a friend. How about that?
No, that is friendly though. That's
friendly as hell.
He said, why you feeling bad for them?
I'm saying like, why you feeling
Friendly.
bad? Like, you don't know that like that.
I'm
You don't know
being
that at all.
Friendlies.
I'm
Let me get a tub of ice cream. Friendlies.
Yeah.
Listen, this is not my quote, but I will relay the message. If you smash another dude just to make another dude mad, the only man you hurting is your father. Cause I know he ain't teach you that. Those are fatherless activities.
If she does these three things, run, using her charm as currency, flirty when she wants something, cold when you need something. That's not affection, that's negotiation. She rewrites the argument to make you the villain. Even when she started it, you end up apologizing. Congratulations, you are dating a walking PR team for herself. Her words and action don't really match. Miss you but no effort, busy but online for everyone else. She is not ready but wants you to be loyal. Her consistency is the real answer but not her excuses. Guys, protect your peace early. It's cheaper than rebuilding yourself later.
This is my biggest dream to come see you, so I wanted
Yo, why the black people start getting out of there first?
I wanted to ask you a quick question real quick. What are you doing, bro? What are you doing? My notes. I'm pulling up my notes. Nah, man, nah. You gotta chill out. Okay, my bad.
A lot of these modern women, they be talking about, oh, well, he fumbled. Oh, he don't know what he lost. Oh, man, you know, I'm a baddie and he lost me. Some men know exactly what they lost. They know exactly what they lost. And they're okay with that. They sleep just fine at night. I'm thinking of somebody right now. Right now. Oh, he fumbled the baddie. Oh, she's so fine. This, and that. That brother is doing just fine. That dude is doing just fine. Just fine. Brother all out at the rodeo. Cooking, chilling, living. And I ain't saying that, you don't miss nobody. Right? You be in relationships, you be married for a long time. So there's gonna be that. But modern women be acting like, oh, he can't live without me. He can't do it without me. I done so much. Well, guess what? I was living without you before. So why would I not be able to do it again? You think too much of yourself.
These are 3 red flags that he just wants a situationship. And if you're dating because you want a serious relationship, you'll want to clock these red flags as early as possible, especially number 3. I'm Valerie. I help you attract a healthy relationship. Follow me for more advice and book a breakthrough session in my profile. The first red flag that he wants a situationship is he fits you in wherever he can, whenever it's convenient for him. Nothing's ever planned super far in advance. Sometimes you feel like an afterthought. He's asking what you're doing that night, that day, tomorrow at best. There's nothing really intentionally planned, and he's not asking you in advance if you're free. It always seems like he's kind of just in the moment and thinking, oh, it'd be nice to see her. Let me see what she's up to. But what you really want is somebody who plans things out in the future. The second red flag is that his effort has tapered off. Maybe he used to text you pretty consistently in the beginning. Maybe he planned dates and he actually put thought and intention into seeing you. And now it feels like that's kind of dwindled. Maybe initially you got the good morning text. He was asking how you were, how your day was going. He was checking in more. Now the consistency has dropped off. You can't really predict when you're going to hear from him again. Yes, he resurfaces. Yes, eventually you hear from him, but you never fully can relax because you don't actually know when he's going to reach out, when he's going to ask to see you, and that can give you some unease. And the third red flag, and the biggest of all, is that there has been no progression. When you are dating someone and it is leading towards a committed relationship, what you'll notice are there are certain little milestones that happen where you can look back and go, oh yeah, we're getting more serious here. Things like going on a trip together, meeting friends, meeting family, going to events together, having conversations where you two talk about labels and what next step you want to take together. When somebody just wants a situationship, you can look back at the last 3 months, 6 months, and it feels like everything is just kind of, nothing's really improved, nothing's really built. It's all just stayed the same or even gotten more casual, and you don't feel like it's actually going somewhere. And more times than not, when you don't think things are moving forward, they probably aren't. Your intuition knows. If you're serious about having a serious relationship, you need to move differently and do something different than what you have been doing that has had you attract men who just want something casual. The best place to start is to go within and heal the anxious patterns that have had you go for men who are inconsistent, avoidant, and only want something casual. Inside my brand new program, Securely Chosen, I'll be guiding you through the inner work to attract a man who is securely attached and ready for something serious. Join the waitlist for Securely Chosen at the top of my page.
Whenever I hear men say that a woman has emasculated him, I kind of sit back and I just don't get it, because as a woman, there's nothing a man could do that could make me feel less than a woman. Like, because I know I'm a woman, I know I'm feminine. There's nothing that anyone on this world could do to take that from me. And that doesn't even have to be physical. I don't have to like look the best all the time. I don't have to act, dress up in a dress and get all dressed up and cute. But there's nothing that anyone could do that could make me feel less than a woman. There's not a moment in my life where I felt like a man, you know? And especially if you're such a manly man, how are you letting a woman emasculate you?
A man is broken. He can destroy everyone around him by what he does. When a woman is broken, she can destroy everyone around her by what she says. That's why for a man, self-control is his greatest power. And for a woman, silence is hers. When a man has learned to not be out of control, but to be out of people's control because he has self-control, that's a powerful man. And when a woman has learned to be silent, I'm silent because I'm watching. I'm silent because I'm observing. I'm silent because I'm waiting for the opportunity to speak. And when I speak, people listen. And not only do they listen, they take heed to what I'm saying because there's wisdom that's coming out of my mouth.
Okay. Come on this adventure with me. Bye. This reads, one time I asked my ex to start opening my door because it helps me feel loved, and he refused. One night around 10:30, we got done at the gym, and I didn't get in until he opened my door to set my boundary. He drove off without me instead, so I was standing there alone. When he drove back around, he asked me to get in the car and stop being dramatic. I did. I made him take me home, and I ghosted him because him losing me is the consequence. I told him how to love me, and he refused. All he had to do was open my door. Let's get into this. I totally get the girl boss vibes here, okay? I do. I don't think there's anything wrong with setting high standards for yourself, and I definitely encourage setting boundaries. My next question is, how many times are these new boundaries going to be set? You literally wouldn't get in the car unless he opened the door. That's a demand, not a boundary. Because I gotta be honest, I gotta flip this around a little bit. I think he was the one setting a boundary with you. Look, I'm just gonna say it. If he would have let her get away with that little tantrum because it was being dramatic, that would have only been the start of her new boundaries. Because next up it would have been, I told my man to start rubbing my feet to help me relax at night, so I don't get into bed until he does that. Suddenly it's I told him I want $100 a week to spend on myself so I feel cherished, and I will not even look at him until I see it to set my boundary. Let's be so real. It would have never been as simple as him simply opening that door. This right here, gentlemen, is a give a mouse a cookie ass woman. Some of you may have read this as a kid, but If You Give a Mouse a Cookie is a book about how if you give a mouse a cookie, it's not just going to be enough. He's also going to want a cup of milk to go with it. By the time he has a cup of milk, he's also going to want a piece of paper and a crayon so that he can color. And then he's going to want a magnet to put it up on the fridge. Long story short, the mouse is always going to want more. And that story doesn't end with the message, all mice are bad, or this is why we don't let mice into our home. It ends with setting a hard boundary with that mouse so that you can continue on with the relationship. But there's a difference between setting a boundary and being a brat, and this is where boundaries go both ways. Sounds like you both found each other's, but if I had to pick a winner in the breakup, it's him.
There's nothing more attractive, there's nothing more powerful than a woman that can speak life into you, because it's hard being a leader. It's hard taking on the responsibility of a household as a provider, not just of finances, but of protection, of guidance, of understanding, of friendship. And when you have a woman by your side that doesn't beat you down when you're down, but yet she speaks life into you to lift you up, there is nothing more powerful and more attractive than a woman that's able to do that. And from day one, you have been that to me.
Why are we both about to cry? Ew.
That was crazy.
Oh
I looked at your face and I saw your emotion and it just got me choked up.
Okay.
But everything that I have done in my life, you have been there to say, yo, I'm your biggest cheerleader. So that's what I need.
Well, you know, I got you and I got us. I love you.
It's so nice talking to you. What was your name again?
Longback.
What was it?
Name. Sorry. The name's Longback.
Longback. Got it. Bye.
See you though.
See ya.
Apparently there's some discourse going around about a woman who's overweight. I think she's 5'7", 270. Don't quote me on that. Haven't really done research. I've seen a few videos on the FYP. Didn't care to look it up because it's just not that serious. What I want to talk about is how a woman could be overweight and all the women just quick to play savior in the comments. If a woman is overweight, she still has to be accepted. She cannot be shamed. It's not bad. Every woman is beautiful and blah, blah, blah. We got to stop acting like being overweight isn't unhealthy. It's not ideal. It's unhealthy. I'm not a doctor, but it is common sense. Now, all the women, 9 times out of 10, the women who come and play savior, they don't really look like the woman in question. Usually they weigh less and they're just being a girl's girl, right? So let's say this girl is 5'7", 270. All the women in the comments, they weigh less than that. My question to the women who love being a girl's girl, if it is so beautiful, if there's absolutely nothing wrong with it, then why don't you gain weight? Why don't you eat whatever you want? How come you actively try and lose weight? How come you actively try to not gain more weight? How come you put a few pounds on and then you get sad and then you get insecure? How come you gain 5-10 pounds and then you post less on social media? Is it because you think other people are gonna notice? You think people are gonna shame you? You think it looks bad to be heavier? How come you're quick to defend others and say an obese woman is beautiful regardless, but you don't think that about yourself when you gain weight? Is it because you don't really think it's beautiful? Somebody answer that.
I know modern women don't want to hear it, but you really got to look at this stuff and take it seriously. You have 63% of the young men out here that are single right now. That's nearly twice the rate of women. Why are they single, right? There's a lot of good men out here, still out here, just roaming around. They're not gone. It's just men out here, pulling back. They're not making themselves available to nonsense anymore. And I know that makes a lot of these modern women upset because men aren't approaching, but I'm not going to be paying for foolishness either.
they were really struggling with why men are not attending these events, and I had the same question.
First, let's consider that maybe the scheduling of these events is not opportune for the type of men you're trying to attract. So make sure that's not the problem. And then I'm going to tell you another problem that I think it might actually be with the men not wanting to go to these events. It is far easier for a woman to walk into a room full of women she does not know than it is for a man to do the same thing. That's in general. But second, for the men, it's a little bit of a competitive environment because you're creating a dating specific event. And so they're going to be there with men that they don't know. That creates a level of anxiety that comes from just kind of natural forces. So I think ideally you should do a men's event first, and then the following weekend do an event with single ladies with that same group of men. I don't know, that's my thought.
I love to see him eating the meal that I cooked. I love seeing him sleep easy. Like every night, like clockwork, I scratch this man's back to sleep. And I know when he's asleep because I can tell when his breathing changes. And some people might think that's psychotic, but that's like, I just know that's when I'm like, oh, I can stop now. But I find joy in being your rest.
What does a submissive woman do for her man?
Everything.
Sure. What does that mean?
Just making sure all the things that he wants. And like, I pretty much read his mind. So it's like, if I know you and I study you, like I know how you are in the morning, I know how you are about midday, I know when you're in this mood, what you need. Like before you can ever ask me for something, I'm already on it. I think my biggest flex is how I treat my man. And I've been known to love people back to health. And sometimes it's very draining, but my love is my superpower. And I used to hate that about myself. But now it's like, I'm just embracing it. Like that's who I am. Like if I love you, I can heal you.
Like as a submissive person, what do you have to be mindful of to ensure you're not being taken advantage of?
I think when you notice like a flag, I think you should speak on it. You know, like, hey, or if it bothers you, if something bothers you, you should talk about it.
Stop allowing people in your house. So this girl met this man off this dating app and they went on a date. Everything went good. The date went well. They chilled, they checked, they sat at the table. Everything went amazing. So they decided to split ways. He went home. She went home. She got in her house. He called her and said, hey, can I come over? My roommate is asleep and he not waking up to unlock the door. First red flag. Why the don't you have a key to your own house? So she thinking, okay, the date went well, yeah, he can come over. So he gets to her house, they chill, they chat for a bit or whatever. She gets up, she tell him she going to bed. When she go in her room, she locks her door. She sleep. She wake up to a knocking sound on her door. It's him. He like, hey, you got a charger? She didn't get up and open her door, nothing. She said, yeah, it's one in the kitchen drawer. So he go to get to one out the kitchen drawer. Couple minutes later, he come back and knock on the door again. Do. That charger not working. Do you got a charger inside your room? So at this point, she got skeptical because you keep on trying to get me up out of my room. So she called 911. I don't know where the he ended up going or how he ended up just disappearing out the story, but some way, somehow he left. So she called 911. 911 was able to get in the house, and when they got in there, they knocked on her door and said, you need to come and see what's in your living room. This lady came out to her living room. He had a whole tarp with tools lined up, finna do something strange to this lady. Okay? Who was she dating? Dexter? This is crazy.
I want to ask you guys a question. Can I ask you a question? If you left a window open today in your car or in your home and it's raining out and rain comes inside, whose fault is that? Whose fault is it if it's raining outside and you left the window open, you didn't check the weather or whatever, you left the window open and it's raining? Do you say effing rain? Do you say effing rain? Well, some of you might say effing rain, but it's going to rain in life. It's going to rain. It's very natural, normal, and necessary for it to rain. So why would you get mad at the rain? The lesson would be, okay, check the weather, know what's going on, and prepare myself for what's inevitable. If you went to the zoo today, let's say you went to the zoo, and you put your hand inside the cage of a wild animal, such as a lion, and that lion ran up and harmed you, it's your fault, right? You can't expect a lion or a tiger or anything wild not to be what it's going to be. That's what it's going to be. That's what it's going to do. If it doesn't know you, it's, even in some cases, if it does know you, instincts take over sometimes. And so you cannot blame, what I'm saying to you is you cannot blame women. You cannot blame women for being women. What you are better to do is understand what you're dealing with and then tread accordingly. Women also should understand men, not bash men, but understand men. So then they know how to distinguish what's right for them too.
The fastest way to lose a good man, it's not cheating. It's becoming his biggest source of stress. He's already fighting the world, work pressure, money, expectations. If home feels like another battlefield, he won't stay long. Men don't leave because someone prettier shows up. They leave when peace disappears. If every conversation is a challenge, every decision is questioned, every moment feels tense, that's not partnership. That's pressure. He doesn't need a competitor. He needs softness where life is hard. Respect where the world doubts him. Loyalty isn't controlled, it's created. So if he's distant, ask yourself, are you his piece or just another problem?
What is the first question y'all ask?
She just told you.
The
Girl.
first question be where
you meet him at? No, it's in that first top 10. Yep.
Okay.
It's in that first
It's
top
in that
10.
top What's the first
Don't
question
lie.
you
It's in
ask?
that top 5.
Top 3.
Okay.
I think it's top 3. It's either way he work at or do he got money, but that's the money situation.
That's the same question. He got,
okay.
How many kids he got? Does he have his own crib?
Yeah.
Does he drive a car?
Yeah.
And what does he work at?
Yep.
Yeah,
top 5.
top 5, yeah.
What's the first thing you asked one of the homies, dude?
Oh, like you said, where'd you meet a... I don't know. I ain't really asking too
First
much
thing I'm
questions.
asking is you sorta? That's what's up.
Oh,
you know what I'm
okay,
saying?
okay,
Like,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
it.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
because once you telling me about it, it's like, oh,
You like
know
you
what I'm
telling me
saying?
for a reason. Like you telling me for a reason, yeah.
Because the rest is irrelevant. Like, really, I'm really not thinking about, like, unless you start talking to me about business stuff or money stuff and this got something to do with her, or you just in the conversation like, oh, we work together or I met her, I ain't even thinking like what she worked, because the woman money ain't really important to...
Your man is not upset that other men compliment you. What bothers him is that you seem a little more than flattered. Let me explain. If he notices that you seem like you're being validated by the compliments of other men, he should be concerned. Because number one, you shouldn't need anybody else to validate you. You shouldn't need validation from any other person. Not your man, and especially not other men. It's human to be flattered by compliments with a thank you and move on. And sure, when your man gives you a compliment, go ahead and do your blushing, because who doesn't want that? But don't think he's not noticing how you react to the compliments of other men. Put yourself in his position. Just think about how you would feel if he acted extra pressed at the compliments he gets from other women. You know that'll make you feel some kind of way, and you be all over him for it. That's all I'm saying. I love you. Be well.
One of the things that you'll notice is that, we're looking at studies and stuff like that. I think maybe about 74, 75, something like that, percent of men, they still pay for dates. So while you're saying that we're the men who pay for dates and we're the men who buy this and we're the men who buy that, they still do it. It's just, it doesn't raise to your standard a lot of times. So you don't think that men are doing it when they actually are. It's just that, he's not paying for a $400 dinner. So that's why you're upset. And that speaks to a broader point. Just to give an example, that just speaks to a broader point of what modern women are doing. Men are actually doing their job, a majority of men, but women don't think it is, or they don't think they are because men aren't doing it to their specification.
You cannot continue to emasculate a man and then expect princess treatment from him. You cannot talk to him any kind of way, disrespect him, call him out his name, swing on him, tear him down constantly and never build him up, and then expect for that man to treat you like a princess. Baby, you are acting like a spoiled brat. You need to sit down and take a moment and realize that this man that you're doing all this to is still being loving, caring, loyal, respectful, and doing all the things you need him to do while you're acting like this. But let me tell you what's about to happen. He's getting ready to tap out on you mentally first. When he tap out on you mentally, he gonna stop having them long conversations that he been having with you. He just gonna start saying, okay, to any and everything, and he just gonna let it go. And when he gets completely out the door mentally, physically, he gonna leave too.
Black men are some of the most undervalued, disrespected men of our time. Not only do they have to deal with racial profiling, they have to live and work in a system that was created for them to fail. They're constantly being demasculated by their size or how much money they make. And it's done to them by the women of their own culture. We're the only women that will publicly humiliate a man based on the size of his anatomy and his finances. Only 15% of Americans are making over $100,000 a year. If you meet a man that's not physically or mentally and has beat the system, he's already successful. If you feel like that you're lowering your standards based on how much a man makes, then you just don't need a man.
When I see a black man in a relationship and he constantly promotes himself cooking for his girl, and his girl's constantly posting, I love when my man cooks for me. Oh my God, jerk chicken, rice and peas tonight. I know he's broke as fuck. Like, I know he's broke as fuck. Let it be an Asian man or a white man, I know that he probably just has a passion for cooking. But if it's a black man, he's broke.
Did you know that the Bible speaks more about a wife than a husband? We hear so much about the narcissistic, manipulative, controlling men towards women. And my heart goes out to all those girls that are in those relationships. But what about the woman that verbally rips apart her man on a daily basis? Disrespectful, nagging, criticizing, yelling. The Bible has a term for this. It's called a contentious wife. And she is more annoying than a constantly dripping, leaky faucet. It says a man would rather live on the corner of a rooftop than share a house with her. It's that bad. Listen, we've all been her at some point, but awareness is the first step, and you cannot let her take over your mouth and your relationship. You have the power to speak life over your man in a way that nobody else can. You have incredible influence over how peaceful your relationship is. If only you can tame your attitude, your tone, and your choice of words.
Sometimes, ladies, you are the problem.
Imagine that.
That's crazy. Like, you ain't been wrong in 3,000 arguments. Like, you don't find that suspicious? You haven't been wrong in 3,000 arguments? Come on, woman. At some point, you have to be the problem.
Let me tell you guys a story. So I was at a Christmas party and there was a couple there. The guy and the girl, they got into a fight because he did something that she didn't like. Specific thing that they were arguing about, they were always arguing about. Nothing was gonna change. She wasn't gonna leave him. So how she proceeds to handle the situation because she's angry at her boyfriend. I had just met her this night, by the way. She was being super cold to me. I just met her. I'm like, what did I do? Nothing. She grabbed his jacket, threw it at him in front of his boss because this was a work Christmas party. His bosses were there. He was brand new to the job. She was causing a scene at a work Christmas party. Listen, be upset all you want. The problem is not that you're upset. The problem is how you're handling it. You should never ever act like that in public. You have a problem with your boyfriend, okay? Suck it up until the end of the night. When you get home, you guys talk about it. This is an example of emasculating a man. Okay, I understand that you're mad at him. You guys are having your problems. He did something that made you upset. Fine. But you handled that in private. You wait until the party's over. You don't try to embarrass him in front of his colleagues, his boss, everyone, you know. And also, it's a work Christmas party, like you're there to have a good time. You're not only making yourself look bad, you're making him look bad. This is a work event.
When I was growing up, my father used to say, Talia, it's just certain things you don't do as a woman. And I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, I used to get so irritated, like, why are you telling me this? I'm like, he says, number one, if respect isn't being served, you leave. I used to say, just like that. He said, oh yeah, just like that. You teach people how to treat you. Number two, he said, you never go out to eat with a man and not have that bill times two. I said, so what you mean? He says the amount it takes to feed two people, you and him at that table, you don't go out to eat with that man unless you have that times two. I said, okay, clock it. Never thought I would need that one. I was 25 years old, called myself dating a man, and as we sat down at the dinner table, we had a heated discussion. He asked me did I think I was all of that because I had money, had my own car, had things going on for myself. And I said, no, I don't think I'm all of that, but I do have the things that I have for myself. What type of question are you asking me? He says, oh yeah? Well, how would you feel if I got up and left you at this table right now? You have to pay your own bill. You got it? I said, I sure do. I got that times two. Now, what you gonna do about it? I said, I got my own car out there, so I'm gonna leave this restaurant. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. Long story short, you better stay ready so you ain't gotta get ready. That's what my father was trying to prepare me for. You don't know how people be thinking when they get you in a certain predicament, in a certain situation, just to see you on your toes. Number 3, my dad told me, you can put all the makeup in the world on you. You can put your best fit on. You can put everything together well. But if you ain't got nothing up here, you ain't got nothing to your name. As he would say, women got cat. What else you got? And I went home that day to my mama's house crying. I was mad. I was upset. I felt like my own dad was telling me I wasn't pretty because at that time I was popping my stuff. I ain't had no money for real, but I was popping my little stuff. I had my hair done and my nail, you know, until I got older and realized that an empty place without no furniture ain't no home. So a beautiful girl without any substance, any intelligence, anything that's worth anything is not a woman. And furthermore, he was trying to protect me for the people who would only see a pretty face and not know what else I had behind it. And some days I didn't want to go back to his house because I felt like he was just saying things to hurt my feelings. To this day, the man could make me cry if he wanted to. He prepared me for everything that I went through and everything that I'm still going through today. Can't nobody come harder than he did. To this day, that man has never told me no. He treats me like a queen, like a real life queen. But that man made me mentally equipped for a lifetime. He would take me to the nicest restaurants just to show me before anybody else would show me anything. And as we took those rides, he would give me life lessons. Ladies, we living in a day and time where people think your femininity and your womanhood is a joke. People are depending on your stupidity, depending on your vulnerability, depending on you to fall short so they can pick up where you fall short on and play a game with you. Especially my women who are independent, who have jobs and their own money. See, some men are taking that as a hit or a threat to their manhood, to their masculinity. And the lengths that they would go to make you feel like you're small, to get their power back, is so dangerous.
And then you also have to look at upwards of 40% of men. You look at, let's say 18 to 30, let's say 18 to 30, let's say 18 to 30, 18 to 30. They, within like the last 6 months, I think, have taken a break from dating, right? All men are lonely. Men are lonely because they want to be lonely. Men are chilling because that's what they want to do. That tells you, as the numbers continue to update, these brothers don't want to be bothered with you anymore. Like, at all.
In China, if you're over 25, you are expired in the dating market. You are called a 剩女, leftover woman.
A what?
A leftover woman. After 25, you can't be picky anymore. It's like Leonardo DiCaprio's girlfriend. Imagine China is Leonardo DiCaprio.
China is Leo.
The whole China is Leo.
I dare you to say this in America. You go up to American girls and say, you're 25, it's done.
You are already done for Leo.
They would hate that policy.
They do. In China, they do that.
How come you never say anything when they come up with the 25? Why don't you say, that's how we do it in China?
Exactly. I wanted to do that. Let me talk about it. I think Leo is just following Chinese culture. Maybe he eat too much dim sum. He went to Mr. Chow too many times. He just have the Chinese standard. You're over 25, you're expired.
An age. I'm 27, where I have a partner, so it doesn't matter. But if I was to meet somebody new, if a man was to open his mouth and ask me, what is your body count? You're getting blocked. So at what age do you think it is now childish to ask that question, what is your body count?
That wasn't even the question. That was never the question.
It's important because it's going to link back.
Wait. So let me answer that and you say that. So I don't think, okay, so you don't have to tell anybody your body count. But if this guy's about to marry you, he's about to be your husband, and he's about to, present you as his wife, and you're going to become one, then if anyone's going to know anything about you, it's going to be him. Now, there shouldn't be an issue, really, unless you're ashamed of your body count. Now, if you're ashamed of your body count, it would say to me that you're ashamed because you know that your body count shouldn't be high. So now there's a few things that we're talking about here. So when people talk about body count, why does body count matter? then if you ask her what's your body count, I'm not saying you have to tell me what your body count is, but if that's your partner and they're about to marry you, then you should feel comfortable enough to do that. If you do not feel confident enough to release that number, it says something inside you're ashamed of it. Now, that is a personal thing to do with you. Do you understand what I'm trying to say to you? So no one has to know your body count. But if someone is about to marry you, he should not step... Wait, hold on. He should not step into a room. You would have your husband step into a room and there's men that you're slept with that know you, knowledge of you and your body, and he doesn't know.
You might not realize it, but some of the things that you are doing as a wife, they are slowly emasculating your husband. You correct him in front of people. You talk to him like he's one of the kids. You redo the things he already did, like his effort wasn't good enough. You make the final call on everything. You joke about him being clueless, lazy, or like another child. You roll your eyes when he tries to lead. Then you wonder why he's pulled back, why he doesn't try anymore. You wanted a strong man, but you keep stepping over him to be the stronger one. You wanted a protector, but you don't let him protect. You wanted a provider, but you keep acting like you don't even need him. Listen, you are not a bad wife, but maybe it's time to check if you are making space for the man he wants to be for you. Respect doesn't cost you power. It calls the best out of both of you.
Yo, this tender as fuck, because I got cracked last night. Yeah, this mad as fuck. The baddest got cracked one time. I had sex one time. I wanted to shoot a bitch because I got cracked. Oh, he said he boo-hoo.
Most women don't even know when they're emasculating a man. All the things we do to try to get a man to love us, we don't have to. And it even gets in the way because men already love us. We don't have to work to get them to love us. If we stop diminishing them, if we stop disempowering them, if we stop making it harder for them to produce the results that they've got to produce, that's what gets in the way. The love part, they grant that. They are born adoring their mothers, looking into those eyes. We don't have to work to be loved. They love us. And just, if you let that in, right? If you let that in, yes, are there bad men? Very bad men. Yes, and there are very bad women too. But the rest are born and stay loving women. They love us. They need us.
It's honestly shocking how much women emasculate men and have no idea that they're even doing it. So I've created a 6-part series to teach you the different ways that women might emasculate men, maybe not on purpose, and how to counteract that. Number one is what I see all the time. I have clients that are always coming to me and asking, like, I really want to feel my partner's heart. I really want to understand him on a deeper capacity. He never shares or be vulnerable with me or open with me. And generally that is because of one very, very important thing that I actually learned a couple of years back from Alison Armstrong. I really recommend her work if you're in a relationship and want to learn more about how to deepen that relationship. Go to her. But something that she teaches is the 30-second rule. So when we ask a question to our men and they take a little bit of time to respond, generally as a woman, our brains will go, he doesn't care, he's distracted, he's stupid, so we try and chime in and fill in the space. When meanwhile, they actually care so much, they're trying to really think about the answer and what is true for them, but we don't allow them enough time and we think they're stupid and we think that they don't care. We put in these stories that are just not true, and that generally causes us to get into a fight with them. So the next time that you ask your man an important question, could be like, what do you love about me? Or an important question that you really want to know his true answer to, ask the question and sit back and wait till he responds. He needs time to answer. The minute you chime in and make stories, put words in his mouth, or literally don't let him to respond, you emasculate him and he doesn't want to share. and he will keep guarding his heart. So if you want a man that has an open and vulnerable heart, you need him to allow him space to open that heart up to begin with. So that's number 1 tip. Like and follow for the video tomorrow for part 2.
Hey.
Don't hate me.
What's wrong?
I just spilled all this water on the floor, left the cup on the counter.
I left the cup on the counter?
Yes, the purple.
It's the cup you used.
But you seen it. You seen it on the counter, you didn't move it.
So you're saying because I saw the cup on the counter, you spilt it, I'm in the wrong.
Yes, you should have just picked it up. What you say?
Man, I was just chill. Why you so aggressive?
Just checking, making sure you ain't in here talking stuff.
We're good.
Alright.
And once again, you have these women talking about this stuff, and then you have to go back to the numbers. It's a cost-benefit analysis. Oh, these men are emotionally unavailable. No, it's probably the fact that they stopped opening up because you continue to use that stuff against them. You continue to take their vulnerabilities and use it against them. I'm thinking about a clip that I recently just saw where a man was saying, hey, I was joking with this woman back and forth and I thought we were joking. But all of a sudden she pulled out something that was personal. I mean, they were laughing at, he was laughing about it, but he was like, wait, whoa, where are we going with this? Right? I think it was on one of the episodes of Michelle Obama. I think Kev on Stage was covering it, where they were just like going back and forth. He was joking, and then she pulled that out because that's what modern women do. They take themselves too seriously, and a lot of times they ruin the moment.